Hello, everybody. I am here with our fourth placer this season, Ryan Thompson. So, Ryan, thank you again for playing and playing your heart out. And I would love for you to tell us about your experience playing out
I had such an amazing time competing on season 2 of the North Myrtle Beach Celebrity Challenge. I'm so honored again that I got to be selected to play. Watching all the episodes has been so much fun, sharing them with my community and just chatting with friends about it. Like, it was such an amazing experience, and I highly encourage anyone who's interested to apply for season 3 because Shaw and his team are doing such an amazing job there.
So let's talk. You had some time to connect. You were obviously a late addition, but you did have a little bit more time than like Josh to
Yeah.
connect with people. So did you have any pregame alliances, and did it affect the game at all, or do you know of any and how that played effect in it?
Yeah, so I didn't have any like established pregame alliances. Me and Victoria had messaged a little bit before the game, so she was someone that like if we were on the same tribe, I thought could have worked together. But other than that, like I think I had messaged Wayne once or twice, which sad that didn't turn into anything because we were on the same tribe. But other than that, I didn't have anything really pregame because I kind of wanted to try to keep it as authentic to the real game as possible.
So, first glance, the first thing me and Meredith did when we took you, the cameras were rolling, we took you to the field and put you in the tribes. So, looking at the tribes, were you happy with yours at first glance, or would you maybe have chosen a different?
I was happy with my tribe. I think the only other tribe I would have possibly joined was Yellow, just because like Laura and Victoria, I got really good vibes from them. So I thought I could have worked with them, but I was really happy with our tribe of three, or not tribe of three, but our tribe of green. And I was really thankful not to be with Johnny Fairplay. So it all worked out for me.
So, is there other than like Victoria, was there anybody else you got a good vibe from that if they were on your tribe, you could have maybe done some other things or some good stuff with?
Laura for sure. And then I think so Angela, whenever I first got there, her and I like we have met before, like because we both knew each other's face. So I really wish we would have pursued something together because I think we could have been a strong duo. But yeah, I was really happy with my tribe.
Yeah. Also, I still think it's the most interesting thing that I never found out your actual occupation until season one episode or season episode one started. I was so shocked by that. It makes me laugh every time because I think we came up with like local activists for your thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
substitute teacher, another teacher, like what is happening?
Yeah, so like I was between jobs at that point and I had just been substitute teaching on the side and I didn't want my thing to say unemployed. So I was like, let's go with substitute teacher, because that's what I'm doing right now. And it worked out because there were a lot of other educators in the game. So had the principals alliance been real, it could have actually turned into something.
Yeah, I just it made me laugh so much. You didn't have to compare. I'm like, what? But anyway, um, so let's talk about pre-merge. What was going through your head with that first group of five? What led you to merge?
So we were the first tribe to go to tribal council, and I wholeheartedly thought that I was going to be the first voted out. Like, I had already mentally prepared myself for it. I was like, okay, you were a late addition, like, it's all right. And then I survived. So pre-merge, it was really just vibing with my tribe, and that's when me, Leah, and Crystal all clicked together and kind of became this trio. So sorry for Wayne that when we went to tribal the next time, he had to be voted out, but pre-merge was really where our alliance solidified, and then from there, once we made it to merge, we were pretty consistent through to the end.
Yeah. So let's talk about um, get to the merge,
Mhm.
and it's pretty big for green and pink against yellow. So tell me how y'all managed to link up and get the yellows out by
So the pink tribe was the closest to us just in proximity, but once we knew we were 3, 3, and 4, it was just a natural like numbers game to link up with them and then try to eliminate some of that 4. I personally thought we would have been a little more consistent, like going to 6 with them. I didn't think we were going to turn on them so early like we did, but that's just how it worked out. And then we played through the merge.
So it got to final seven, three versus one. So what ultimately made y'all decide to get Derek as your favorite, instead of like linking up with the other now and duking it out?
Yeah, I think the thought there is we knew Angela had a bag full of goodies, and that was really scary because we wanted to try to deplete those as quickly as possible. So a lot of times at Tribal, it just felt like getting her to cancel out another advantage or something that she had. And I wish I had been a little more vocal around that point, because the whole time, like, as we were building the jury, I was like, oh crap, if Derek makes it to final three, he's going to win because all of his friends are on jury. So I wish I would have tried to be a little more vocal in getting him out and like working with the three to get him out so that we could have just duked it out 3-3. But yeah.
Yeah. So let's dive into that a little bit, because I know we've had a conversation about your visibility in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the comment on YouTube. So tell me about part of that. And
Sorry, it broke up right there. Could you repeat the last like 10 seconds?
good. So basically, obviously, we talked about you being possibly purple or you not getting a lot of visibility. But for people who, like me, I mean, I think you definitely played a little bit more games than I think. But talk to me about how that worked. Do you consider yourself a follower to the two worlds? Do you think you played your own game?
I definitely would say I took more of a back seat in the game to them too, but my whole strategy with it was I knew I had these two shields next to me. So the whole time through merge, my name never came up, never got written down, because I had Crystal on one side and Leah on the other. So I was never the one that the blood was kind of thrown on or the eyes were looking at. So I was able to play under the radar, and I wish I would have been able to win a challenge. That's something that like I'm constantly kicking myself for, because it would have been really cool to win an individual immunity. But I think if I could have taken the power one of the weeks, I could have worked with someone to try to like, I didn't want to be the one to make the first move against Leah or Crystal, but I knew it was something that probably needed to be done once we got to like final seven, final six. But no one from like the other side or Derek like tried to initiate that with me. Like I would have been open to it, but I didn't want to be the one to make the first blood.
Yeah. So you get to the final four. Were you surprised that Derek did not take you to the end, or were you fully expecting to make it?
So I didn't think he would. I mean, obviously, like if I was in his position, I would have taken me, not because I wanted like thought I would be the best in final three, but I think compared to me, Leah and Crystal, the argument at least about like who did what would have been stronger with me being taken and then those two having to fight it out. But I think Derek made the right decision overall, because like I think if the vote, or like I think if I would have been there as opposed to Crystal or Leah, the votes could have been more split instead of it being like all for Derek or all for Leah or Crystal. I don't think I would have gotten that many votes, if any. So I'm not going to count myself in there. But I think Derek did what he needed to do to win. I wish I would have done better at the fire making, but it's still super cool to me to get to say that like I made it to final four and got to go out and fire making.
Absolutely. And there was a lot of things that were not seen in the fire making.
Yeah.
There was extra hands held. I mean, it was just a lot going on.
Yeah.
But so when you get into the jury, you're the final juror, you don't have time to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You had a very brief amount of time to talk with the jury and kind of see where their head's at. So tell me about what led to your decision.
Yeah, so I could kind of tell the jury was not rooting for our trio. That like I knew if we, the three of us, made it to the end, they would have been a very bitter jury towards us. So although I didn't get really to talk that much with the jury members, I could kind of tell like where their heads were at. And ultimately, like I still, when I've been talking with my friends who have like just watched the finale and stuff, like if I could go back, I would have voted for Leah. And it's nothing against Crystal. I love her to death. I would have felt really guilty if Crystal didn't get a single vote. And that's mostly why I voted for her. but I definitely think Leah played the more dominant game, and I thought she was gonna win. So I was like, okay, my vote for Crystal, it's not gonna be the deciding vote for someone, but then Derek just blew it out of the park. So good for him.
Yeah. So, outside of Final Tribal Council with Derek winning, do you have other than you voted for any other regrets in the game?
I think not being as much of an active player is one of my regrets. I'm definitely someone that takes a little bit of time to warm up to people, and I would say I'm more of a conscientious observer. I like to sit back and watch and then make my move. So I think if it was more than 2 days, I would have probably been a lot more open. But overall, it was such a great experience. And once again, I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of it because it's truly a life-changing experience.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad, that you did accept it. And I was really thinking because I'm interested in going into politics, and so I was really trying to find someone who's involved in that who's younger. I mean, you were the youngest on the cast, so I was like, let's find someone younger because I just related a lot because I was very interested. I am interested in doing politics, so I think you were a great addition to the cast. So I'm happy you did do it, and I hope. Are you going to be at the Zoom reunion on Friday?
The Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be able to be on it.
Okay, yeah. So we will have to catch up with everybody then, but I would like to thank you for joining me today, and I will see you at the reunion.
Perfect. See you at the reunion.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shaw.